Hello everybody, my name is Emmett, and today I'm doing a review for the FreeTom Robin Hood STP. So, I did an unboxing for this a while ago, and I had meant to review it way sooner, but I just didn't, so I'm going to do that now. So, fair warning, if you don't want to see a realistic looking prosthetic, don't watch this. If you know me in real life, don't watch this. So, this is what it looks like. I did wash it and powder it, so if it kind of looks like dusty, I guess, it's just cornstarch where I powdered it. I will say I did make the urethra larger. It did have one of the urethras where you would pinch it. It was just a slit, and you would pinch it, and it would open. But I had a lot of issues with backflow with that, so I made the hole bigger. I don't know that I can recommend that because you do have a chance of, ruining your STP. So I'm not going to recommend that you do it, but if you can do it. So again, this is what it looks like. I think this is 4.5 inches. I'm not sure how they measure it. Probably from here to here, I would say. It's 4.5 inches. And it is pretty girthy to be 4.5 inches. So if you don't like a larger packer or STP, probably stay away from this. They do have a smaller version. I believe it's called the Snoop. So I think it's like 3.5 inches, that one is. So if you want something smaller, maybe look into that one instead. I personally prefer to pack a little larger. That's just my personal preference, so I went with the bigger one. So the first big pro for this, and the reason that I really was drawn to it, is this is uncut. This is an uncircumcised STP. And you don't really see that a lot. Most of the ones you see are circumcised, and I don't necessarily have a problem with that. It's just, if I had been born cis, then I would have been uncircumcised. So I really, really like the uncircumcised packers and STPs and prosthetics. Another thing that I really liked is that it has their new funnel design, in that it tapers at the back and isn't just cut like round like it used to be, like the cup used to be. So I like this a lot. It feels a lot more comfortable with packing. Their older prosthetics, you would have a lot of extra material all the way around. This is very, not tapered. I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but it's like cut so that it sort of cups the body a lot nicer. I've had several of their prosthetics before where I would have to cut all of this off myself. They do still have a little bit of extra material up here at the top, but it's not nearly as much as I've seen on their prosthetics before. I actually like the extra material up here at the top. It's not nearly as much as they used to have in their older model prosthetics, but it's really good if you have this in a jock harness or like an O-ring. This extra material keeps the top from like going forward through the hole of your jock strap or your O-ring, which is something that I've had issues with some prosthetics with in the past. So this stays nicely. It is relatively comfortable to have in your pants. I have some sensory issues, so sometimes, having this pressed against me, especially this part here that, sort of sits between your legs, can be really uncomfortable sometimes. So for me personally, I don't like to pack, just straight down with this. What I actually do is, when I have it in my underwear, I turn the whole thing to the side and sort of pack it like to the side and up, if that makes sense. So it doesn't look, when I pack it like that, it doesn't look the best in underwear, but you can't tell in pants, and it's a lot more comfortable for me. So that's just how I personally do it. If you pack down with this, it looks really good in underwear. You do have a little bit of a bulge, but if you sort of, cup this underneath you a little bit when you pack with it and sort of fold the shaft underneath, then it's really not bad. I think it looks nice. I think this is a really good length, too, to be able to clear a flight. It's not, like, overly large, but at the same time, it's not, like, too small. I have a really easy time, getting it out of my pants and actually peeing with it, especially now that I made the hole bigger. The cup, the balls are hollow, so all of this is the funnel, and it's a really big funnel, too, which is really nice. But it doesn't feel, like, bulky, which is nice. So if the hole is bigger, I don't have to hold back at all with this. I'm super confident. I haven't had any accidents with this. I think particularly because the cup is so big, it flows very nicely. So there are some cons, though. One of those cons, I don't know how well I'll be able to show you this. I don't know if you'll be able to see it at all. You probably won't. Okay. So, I'm not going to be able to show you, but around here, I don't know if you can tell, like this part where it's not textured, this is a lot thinner than the rest of the silicone. And if you hold it up to the light, you can actually see through it a lot more. Like I can see, but I can't show you on the camera, I apologize. It's a lot thinner there, so it kind of makes me worry, that this would be really easy to tear, so I really don't think you would be able to pack up with this at all, because it would put too much strain on that part under the shaft there, because that is a lot thinner silicone than everywhere else. I would be worried to have it in, like, a O-ring harness. Like, if it was just an O-ring harness, I think it would be fine if you had it in, like, a jock harness with a hole for the shaft to come through. But with just an O-ring harness, I would be too afraid that it would wear away at that, and it could cause tears. So I don't know that I would do that. If you pack with this, I would recommend that you either just use, like, tight briefs or, like, a jock strap type harness, so you don't risk tearing this really thin part. Another con to this, and it's something really interesting that I noticed, because I was on their website recently. When I bought this, and I got this one on sale, so I did not pay full price for this anyway, but when I bought this, and I'm not sure when I got this, I think it was maybe May-ish, I'm not sure, whenever I did my unboxing video, the price for this, I believe, was something like $95, $97. It was around $100. We'll round it up to like $100. And it seems like every time I've looked at their website, they've raised the price on this. I'm not sure exactly what the price on this is right now. I'll go look that up really quick so that I can tell you and, like, not give you, like, false information. Okay, so I just looked it up, and the price for this now is $137. So they have brought the price up on this about $40, and I'm not sure why, because from what I can see, they haven't made any changes to the design. There is, like, a Paint Plus option for this, but it's not included. You have to add that on, which would make it more expensive anyway. So I'm not sure where that price increase is coming from, which is a little shady. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Because when I bought this, it was about, I think it was like $97. $95 or $97. And now it is $137, and I don't know why. Another potential con to this, it isn't for me personally, but it is one that I could see being an issue for some people, is this is girthy. This is very girthy, I feel, for a what is supposed to be a flaccid penis. I'm not sure exactly what the girth is on this, but it seems very similar to their, I believe it's the Sleek. So it seems very similar to that. And this is not a one of their 4-in-1s. This is just an STP. This is just a 2-in-1. You don't get a rod with this or anything like that. This isn't meant for any kind of play. So I don't know. That could be an issue for some people. It's not an issue for me. That's how I prefer mine. But I know a lot of people complain that the FreeTom prosthetics are pretty big, and they tend to be girthy, even the smaller ones like this. So just be aware of that. They might have the exact measurements on their website. They probably do, honestly. If I had to give this prosthetic a rating out of 5 stars, I would probably give this like a 3.5 or a 4, honestly. I like it a lot. It's a good size for me, but it might not be a good size for everyone. It is a little inconvenient to pack down with, which I know a lot of people, that might be what they want to default to, so you might have to get used to packing to the side, especially if you wear like tighter pants or whatever. I don't know that I would recommend this with tighter pants because it is a little on the bigger side. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. So yeah, that was my review for the FreeTom Robin Hood 4.5-inch STP prosthetic.